What's going on? Welcome back to another video. This is a really special one for me because I got to spend the last few days hanging out and fishing with Viktor from the YouTube channel Landshark Outdoors. For those of you that don't know, Viktor is one of the original fishing YouTubers and he's been a huge inspiration to me for years. We set out on a mission looking for non-native pacu and or grass carp, but when neither of those fish were cooperating, we quickly switched gears and started walking the banks, throwing topwater frogs, looking for the invasive bullseye snakehead. We had a great time and Vic made a super cool video out of it, which I'll link in the description box below, so make sure you go check that out. In today's video, my buddy Dennis and I are gonna hop in the kayaks for my first time ever and go hunting for the same snakeheads from a completely fresh perspective. And then when we get off the water, we're gonna head over to Vic's house for an amazing home-cooked meal. So thanks so much for clicking on this one, and I hope you enjoy the video. Good morning, everyone. As you can see, I safely made it onto the kayak. Viktor is not with us today. It's just me and Dennis. He's not much of a kayak guy, and neither am I really. Never really done it. But Dennis is a huge kayak fisherman. He loves it, swears by it. So he's been asking me for a very long time to come out here with him. We finally made it happen today. I'm really interested to see what the difference is as far as our approach goes, and just to see if we have better results on the kayak than we did from foot. The last couple of days have been kind of a grind. We did get some fish, but not what we were hoping for. So let's see if we can have some better results in the kayak. I'm excited to get started. I'm excited for a new adventure. It's a beautiful morning, absolutely gorgeous, still water. Sun's just coming up, so let's get to fishing. Okay, taking my first cast of the morning here. Throwing a hollow body frog. This one here is made by Live Target. It's this brown color. I have a lot of faith in this color. I think it looks really good. A lot of times when you're out fishing, whatever lure you have the most confidence in is gonna get you the best results. I don't know why it's that way, but it is. We're passing under a bridge here. Pretty cool. This is definitely one of the benefits of kayak fishing. With the Ginu, I kind of have this advantage as well, but you can get into some areas where others just can't get. They don't have the access. You see this, boys? This is not how it's done. I have an unhealthy fear of spiders too, so hopefully I don't get wrecked by one. Man, kayak fishing is tricky. Got a lot of respect for you guys that make it look easy. All right, so far, Dennis has caught two smaller size snakeheads. One was actually decent.
All right, here we go, guys. Nothing like the morning slime on the boat. And we're gonna release that beautiful fish.
I have not gotten a single bite, nor a wake, nor a chase. Still getting used to the kayak, but I'm starting to dial it in a little bit. I switched up my lure, so I'm throwing this. This is a Easy Gambler, I think it's what it's called. It's a purple paddle tail style lure. And I'm hoping maybe with the color change and a little bit different profile, I think these fish are a little bit spooky. Some of them are kind of in pre-spawning mode and they're not really feeding as well when that's the case. You know, their minds are preoccupied, so gonna use a little more subtle presentation and see if I can get a bite with that. Coming through another little tunnel here, super duper cool. I'm going right under a major roadway here. One of the coolest things about the South Florida waterway is that all these canals interconnect. It's one of the reasons why the snakehead have started to populate and sort of dominate in here. They're the apex predator, in my opinion, in just a short amount of time, that they're able to use these canal systems to travel all around South Florida. So pretty neat. It gives us a lot of access to a lot of different fish and a lot of different styles of fisheries. So Dennis is here at the end of the tunnel. We're gonna keep on going, heading into like a residential canal. Hopefully there's some fish in here. This is one of the greatest things about coming down these canals. We're so undisturbed right now. Got a bunch of Egyptian geese and ibis here. And right over here on the right, we had some flowers that literally look like they're straight out of a Dr. Seuss movie. Just some really, really beautiful scenery. Now if we could just catch some fish, it'll be an epic day. It's already an epic day. Let's keep after it. Oh, dude, the second it hit the water, Go back in there. Was not expecting that. Damn, I didn't even get a chance to work it and he was on it. Well, that was a bummer. That was my first bite of the day. Let's see, I just switched up lures again. I'm throwing a white frog, not hollow body. So maybe that'll be the ticket. Yeah. Finally, just got bit. Not too big, but not a tiny one. First little snakehead of the day for me. Check them out. Little bullseye snakehead. And we're just catching ones on the smaller side for now, but we're really hoping in the kayak we can take advantage of the stealth and fishing more water and try to get a big one. That's what we're looking to do. We're gonna let this guy go right here where we caught him and then keep hunting for a big fish. That was my first fish in the kayak, and first of many, hopefully. I'm having fun. It's very challenging, I'll be honest with you guys. I'm getting a little frustrated here and there, but I'm trying to remind myself that I'm out here with one of my dearest friends and we're just having a good time and enjoying what Mother Nature has to offer. So we're gonna stick with it.
Yep. Decent one.
Dennis is hooked up.
Oh, dude. It's a dog, man. It's dogging me. I think he's a nicer one. Oh. You just spit like some type of bait. 10 of these a day will keep the doctor away.
100%.
For sure.
Sweet, dude. All right, we're gonna get this one back in the water too and keep looking for a monster. Maybe we can get a double-digit fish. That would be a very successful trip if we could do that.
Reel down, reel down.
How did that happen? Got a nice one on here. That was so crazy. I don't know. I wasn't recording on the chesty, but this fish ate it and he had me like in some structure and he just kind of like porpoised over the pipe there. That was so funny. Not a bad one. A few pounds. Still getting warmed up in the kayak. Got the whole afternoon to try to get on a big fish. Let me see. I'm gonna try to net this one. Oh, come here, dude. Oh. Wow, that is so much more challenging than I thought it was gonna be. All right, not too shabby. God, there's nothing like that topwater eat though. Like, you're just watching it and expecting it, and then when it happens, it's just so exhilarating. Ow! Don't, ow! Another little guy for me. Dennis has the biggest fish of the day so far. Just pop the hook out. Little guy, I'm gonna let him go right here. Look at his, look, you can see in his head, he's got like an indent here. I don't know what that could possibly be from. Check out my thumb. Got completely smoked. I put my finger in his mouth and he did a death roll with my finger in his mouth, so that was cool. Thanks, dude. This guy almost looks like he got shot by like a bullet or a bow and arrow or something. Oh. Sweet. There's a spot right up here where Dennis told me he has seen a couple of absolute mondos, so let's see. Hopefully catching those couple of fish got me a little bit more used to being in the kayak, and I'm just preparing myself for that big fish that's up here. See if we can get him. Dude, did you see how he came over the
just flopped right over.
I'm like, thanks, homie. And then he's like, yeah, just wait till you put your finger in my mouth. All right, we're pulling up to this spot where Dennis has seen some really big fish on a previous trip. What I'm noticing is like this whole lake is kind of open and exposed, this back half of the lake, but right here there's some shade and some trees, so it could be a great spot for an ambush predator like a snakehead to be sitting and waiting for some unexpected prey to touch the water surface. So let's see, maybe there's one in here. You think under the fronds?
Yeah.
Not sure how I could have made it better than that. Ah, just nothing home under those trees.
Oh my god, dude, cast.
Ah, it's a terrible cast.
Oh. Yep.
Oh, it's a bass. Is that what hit you?
It's gotta be.
Dennis just got smoked along this shoreline. And then I followed back in with my frog. And this may or may not have been the culprit. Largemouth bass. A lot of people say that the population of the largemouth are getting depleted by the invasive snakeheads. But it seems to be every single time I go fishing for snakeheads, I catch a fair share of largemouth. So I'm not too sure this is a big main staple part of their diet. I think the snakeheads honestly eat a lot of invasive species themselves. I know they eat a lot of the Muscovy ducks, like the baby ones. They eat a lot of iguanas. They eat a lot of bowfish toads, like all these different invasive animals that live here in South Florida. And I think those are the main parts of a snakehead's diet. But, you know, I'm no marine biologist, so I'm not too sure about that. That's just my opinion. Don't quote me. You speak dog, huh? Speak a little dog? You ain't nothing but a hound dog. You ain't nothing but a hound dog. And all the time. Oh, that's a nice one. That's a better one. Oh, barrel rolling. That was a nice eat. They do that crazy death roll, and then they get the line wrapped all in their gill plate, which is not good, but all right, we'll take our time getting this guy in. Drop him in the net here. Not bad. My biggest of the day. Oh, you see that crazy death roll? That is insane. Chill out, my mans. Check out what he ate. He ate the gambler paddle tail. I'm having a lot of confidence in this bait as I keep continuing to throw it throughout the day. All right, there it is. Decent little snakehead. A little bit bigger than my last couple ones. Not bad. He's got some really pretty kind of black and white spots going down, and we've noticed that pattern on a couple different fish on this trip so far. I was gonna show him off, but he had other ideas. We're gonna keep fishing. We're still hunting for a big one. It's about midday now, so see what happens.
Got him. Oh my god. Decent one. Yeah. Oh, yes. Oh my gosh.
All right, check it out. I was down at the other side of the canal. Dennis caught this really nice one. It's a very pretty fish. I'm not sure if it's picking up on camera, but he's got some blues. Super nice fish. Dennis said it absolutely brawled. Wanted to show this fish off to you guys. Obviously, just like all the rest of them, we're gonna let him swim.
There's the hook on the hollow body frog.
Oh, you switched over to the hollow body?
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna throw that. Got one. That was so sick. Oh, it's a nice one. Oh, dude, it's a really nice one. I feel like he doesn't even know he's hooked. Oh, come on, baby. Stay glued. This thing barely fought. Weird. I do have a pretty tight drag because I'm not messing around with these fish. I've learned my lesson too many times, so. There he goes. Hey, not a bad one. He's really light in color, huh? That is sick. That was really cool. Dennis called it. He's like, yo, there's got to be a fish under this tree. And I was like, you think? And he was like, 100%, let me film you. So finally, we've tried that a couple different times and finally made it happen. That was cool. Here's what I ate, the gambler. Here's the thing, these gamblers are really soft, so they don't last at all. I've been using like 1 per bite, actually. So what I did was, it was kind of mauled, and I just bit the tip off with my teeth and re-rigged it in a way so I could try to utilize it for 1 more fish, and it worked. Now it's pretty much toast. Check out the tail on this fish. I don't know, these fish are just coming into their spawning season. I don't know. Comment down below if they a lot of fish species out there, they tend to, when they're spawning, they nip at each other's tails and for whatever reason, but I don't know if that's what happened in this one or if he's just a gnarly fish. Let this guy go back home. There he goes. All right, let's keep it going. Probably got maybe another 100 yards of bank at this spot, and then we're gonna pull out of the water, take a little break, and then switch spots for the afternoon.
There's just something about it, you know?
There you go.
Yep.
All right, Dennis just hooked up. My guy saw the eat. I wasn't filming, but that looked like a big fish when he ate. Talk to me, Dennis. How we looking?
It's awesome.
Is it a good one? Oh, that might be biggest of the day. Look at that smile. Oh,
we just spit the hook.
Lost a frog. I haven't seen a smile
he
on
is
Dennis.
super green though.
Yeah. Dennis worked this guy.
Super skinny.
Yeah, completely different color. Like this one compared to the one I just caught less than 5 minutes ago is completely different in color.
But he might be spawned out.
I don't think so. I don't think they've hit the spawn yet. I think they're right in the pre-spawn. They spawn like May, June. But
I don't know if enough about snakeheads, but
yeah, me neither really. I'm just kind of,
I mean, look at
speculating. That's what happens. These things are so slippery. Slimy bastards. That was sick. I saw the eat. I wish I was filming for you guys. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, every fish I see I think is 10 pounds. I'm like, I want a 10-pounder so bad that every single fish I see eat, I'm like, that's him. There's a little pattern here. Every single fish, not every single fish, but a fair amount of the fish have been underneath trees. I mean, it makes sense. They're ambush predators. It's hot. It's like uncharacteristically hot for the time of year it is, which is why they're starting their spawn early. But a lot of them are just sitting under trees waiting for something to fall in the water. You always gotta try to look for patterns when you're out here, and the better you can dial it in, the better results you'll have. We're at spot number 2. Made a little change for the afternoon. Got some AC, some refreshments, and now we're back on the hunt. I'm in the kayak now that has the trolling motor with it. Dennis took the other one, so I'm gonna see how I like this one. I could stand up in this one. I'll tell you what, my legs have gotten absolutely fried today. So note to self, next time I go kayak fishing, I'm definitely gonna wear pants. Ooh. Oh. Dude, that had to be like the coolest thing I've ever seen. Dude, cast over here. There was like 3 fish. I wish you guys could see that. That was so sick. I'm gonna quickly get this guy back. The way he ate it was so cool. All right, see you, dude. Got him. I wasn't even tight when I set that hook. That's another little guy. I'm gonna quickly get this guy unhooked and get back out there. It's a numbers game at this point. Let's keep working till we get a big one. Little guy, going back. We were here from land a couple days ago, and we had to stop right there at that fence because that's as far as you can go on foot. So we decided to come back with the kayaks because now we have the opportunity to take this canal as far as it goes, and we can see and explore what else is in here. Definitely a benefit of fishing with a kayak. This might be a good place for the chatterbait.
I'll toss it a little bit. See what happens.
Yeah. Oh, dude. What is that?
I don't know.
Oh, it's a nice snook.
Oh!
Let's go. Come on, Dennis. Come on, man. Dude, that's a nice one. On the chatterbait?
Yep.
Back off on the drag a little, dude.
I did.
Okay, okay.
I hope it's enough.
Oh, boy. That was so epic.
He's hooked good.
Look good?
Yep. Oh, got him.
Oh, atta boy. All right, check it out. We just went through some chaos with the kayaks, but Dennis just caught a super nice snook here in the freshwater. That is so unbelievably cool. I'm not gonna take credit for it, but I did say, yo, this looks like a good place for the chatterbait. He's like, I'll throw it for a little while, see what happens. What was really noticeably different, at least correct me if I'm wrong, Dennis, that fish fought way harder than anything we caught today.
Of course.
It was pulling so hard. It just goes to show, like, snook are just, they're tough, man. They absolutely brawl. Really, really pretty fish. It might be right at the bottom of the slot. It's hard to tell. It looks a little smaller on camera than it is in real life, but we're gonna let him go no matter what.
All right.
Dennis is just reviving the fish, so it's ready, and there he goes. Awesome work, dude. I wanted to speak to you guys about that fish that Dennis just caught. So that's called a common snook. They're actually considered a saltwater fish, but they have the ability to live in freshwater. And like I was saying earlier, how in South Florida, all the water kind of connects. These fish have the ability to move around. They can travel through spillways when they're a really small size. Oh, Dennis is getting waked right now. Broke on hook set. Dude, that was a big fish. Wow. Huh?
I don't understand.
Something's up with your line. Should've Bro, that was another big fish. All right, well, I guess I'll tell you guys about snook later. That was so chaotic, guys. I was talking about the common snook. I just wanted to make a few points about them. Anyway, long story short, that's one of my favorite fish to catch. Check out some of my other videos. We've caught some really big ones in freshwater, going after them with big live baits, but it's really cool to catch one on a lure while we're not even targeting them. Just goes to show there's so much diversity in these canals in South Florida. It's a really great way to go out and have some fun and catch some fish. And yeah, we're gonna stay after it. I mean, we still got a couple hours of daylight, and it just seems like the fishing is getting better and better and better. Really excited to see what else we can make happen in here.
The fish finder would have been nice just to see how deep it is and
Oh, this is a nice bass. Oh, that was pretty cool. Ah! No, don't spit it. Oh, that was nice. Check this dude out. Little largemouth bass. Nothing crazy, he's pretty skinny, but nice little Florida largemouth. Caught quite a few of these on this adventure. This is the biggest so far. It just goes to show all these fish can live in the same body of water together. We've seen tarpon, we've caught snook, bass, largemouth. We've seen a ton of peacock. I saw Oscar, gar, Mayan cichlids, tilapia. There's just such a plethora of fish down here. Really, truly is a blessing. Whoa! Got him?
Yep. He's death rolling.
All right, Dennis just hooked up. Dennis has the hot hand this afternoon. I'm so happy for him. He doesn't get to, even though he works with Viktor and they're constantly fishing, he doesn't get to be on the rod that often. So it's so awesome to see him have a good time like this. He is pumped up.
He's a nice one, dude.
Yeah, yeah? Oh, this looks like a freaking dragon. I just saw his tail. Oh my God, dude. Oh my God.
Let's go.
That one is large and in charge. Dude, let's go, Dennis. Dennis has his fish on the scale. What's it reading?
643.
Really?
Isn't that crazy?
Yes, that is crazy. That means I've been overestimating these fish like crazy.
So, I mean, we've been looking for this fish for quite a bit. Put in some hours. It's so much fun to, you know, just burn frogs all day, you know, swim baits, and like, they just absolutely crush your lures. It sounds weird releasing an invasive fish, but they're not going to move farther north than this, you know. They're kind of staying in the South Florida region, and to be honest, like, largemouth bass still prosper, in my opinion. And if you want to really target bass, go further up north. They're much bigger up north anyway, so we're really thankful to have these guys, clown knife fish, and all types of other species of invasives. Super fun.
Beautiful, beautiful snakehead that Dennis just caught. We just pulled it to the bank and snapped a couple pics. It's just definitely the nicest fish of our adventure these last few days. We wanted to get some memories, so we're gonna let this guy go right here, right off the bank. That thing looks like a freaking dragon in the water. So sick, bro. Good work. Hell yeah. Let's try to get one more big one. Let's see what happens. Close to the bank? Oh, he's swimming at me. Oh,
What is it?
I don't know. He swam right at me. That's a decent snake, nothing crazy. Whoa. Yeah, it was. And then he swam right at me. I couldn't get tight for a second. Oh, that's a nice one. It's one of my bigger ones of the day. Check this dude out. Oh, this guy's feisty. Came up and hit the hollow body frog. Picturesque. Eat. Very standard, right on the bank. These are such cool fish, man. This might be the last fish you guys see. I'm not really that sure yet. We'll see. We're gonna try to get another one, but we are running out of daylight. So we'll see what happens. I'm gonna get this guy back in the drink. All right, so as you can see, we're running out of light pretty quickly here, and I still got a long trek back to where we launched the kayaks. So we're gonna wrap up the fishing for this video, but that is not gonna be the end of this one. Vic cleaned up those snakeheads that we caught the other day, and he invited us over for dinner, so we'll see you in the kitchen. All right, so we just made it here. We're at Brooke and Victor's lovely home, and Victor's gonna be whipping up the snakeheads we caught today. I am really looking forward to a home-cooked meal because we did have some McDonald's earlier, which I haven't had, I don't think, since high school.
Oh my gosh.
Vic told me that it was gonna help us catch snakeheads, and it didn't help too much, but we're here. I'm really looking forward to this. Should be a great meal.
The most surprising part about the last 3 days is not that we haven't caught snakeheads, but that this man hasn't had McDonald's since high school. That's a decade.
It's a decade. Ruined my streak, but I think it was worth it.
Okay, so check it out. That, to me, looks like amazing fish. Snakeheads always get a bad rap. I think it's because of where you guys saw that we caught them. They're kind of freaky looking fish, but they are the best freshwater eating fish, I will tell you right now, in my opinion, especially in Florida. So we're gonna keep it pretty simple. Went ahead and made some like 4-ounce pieces of our fish. We're gonna hit them with salt. You already know what's coming next. Vic's Kitchen. See, we don't buy the little containers of garlic powder. We get the industrial size right there. Coriander. I want to do kind of an Asian theme. So we're gonna do a little stir-fry veg. We got some jasmine rice going. So some coriander. Okay, and then lastly, pepper. And we're gonna do the exact same thing on the other side. Now we're gonna take these bad boys outside and just give them a little pan fry. I think that this fish looks very comparable to something like a snapper fillet, like a mangrove snapper fillet in terms of the color. Keep it in with the Asian theme, we're gonna do a little stir fry. So some oil in the saute pan. Normally I would do this outside on the wok, but we're using that burner for the fish because I don't want to stink up the house. 2 yellow diced onions gonna go into the oil. Okay, now that we got a little color on our onions, going in with some freshly grated ginger, garlic. Let that garlic and ginger wake up for about a minute. I'm gonna go in with some matchstick carrots. So when I make a stir fry like this, I love the smell of garlic and ginger combined together. And then those onions, it's just, I don't think there's anything better than that, besides butter and garlic. Going in with the snow peas. Love snow peas. We're gonna season up our stir fry with a little sesame oil. Not too much because the stuff is strong, but it's got a really good aroma. I don't really use it for the oil content, I use it more for that aroma of that sesame. I had some homemade eel sauce we have left over from a sushi night. That is currently rock solid, so we gotta pop it in the microwave. Going in with the eel sauce. And eel sauce is just equal parts sugar, soy, and mirin. So you get that salty, you get that sweet, and you also get that acid pop. Little soy. Who doesn't love a little baby corn? But I thought they were gonna be much smaller, so we're gonna just break them up into little pieces. Last thing for our stir fry, I'm gonna do this bag of cabbage. And I'm putting it in at the end, otherwise it'll get a little too mushy and it'll really wilt down. We'll release a lot of moisture.
I wish you guys could smell this stir fry. I am so hungry and so excited to eat.
So super simple. Non-stick pan, medium heat, going in with some avocado oil. We're keeping it super simple tonight. Good little home cooked meal to finish off the day. All right, so they got a little color on them. We're not doing a hard pans here, we're just doing a light pan fry. Just get a little brown color on them. They don't take very long to cook. Say 5 minutes total, like 2.5 minutes on each side. Now we're going in with the final touch. Little brown butter. Tyler, does this fit your macros?
Yeah, I'll make it work. Can you believe those nasty swamp dragons turned into this?
Swamp dragons, that's a new term.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna trademark it.
Look at this spread after a nice hot day of fishing. Some rice. Some of our stir fry. And now, the star of the show. Look at this beautiful piece of snakehead. That is one flaky looking fish right there. Ready? There's that first bite, guys. Look at that. My piece is super tender. Bricky was saying that some of the pieces on the pan were not as tender as the others, but this piece right here is super flaky. Incredibly tender. Very delicious. Never would know that this was swimming in a canal in South Florida.
Well, what I meant by some of the pieces not being as tender, the thicker pieces, you know, sometimes when you want to like cut them open to see if they're cooked all the way through, it was like a little hard to get my spatula through them, which Viktor gave us all like the same skinnier piece. So maybe when we go back for seconds and get those thicker ones, we'll notice a little bit of a difference. But what I have on my plate is delicious.
Yeah, this is my second time having snakehead. The first time I had it, I just wanted to taste it, so I just did a little salt and pepper, and it was really good, but this is absolutely phenomenal. Mine too is like flaking apart. You would never know this is freshwater fish, let alone that we caught it in little tiny ditches and still tannic water. So it's delicious, man. Thanks so much for bringing me along.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's
Thank
been
you.
awesome. All right, that is all I have for this one. Big thanks to my buddy Dennis for inviting me out on the kayak. I've been super resistant to that for a long time, but I actually had an absolute blast, and I don't think it'll be my last time doing kayak fishing. And I also want to give a big thanks to Viktor for inviting me out on that land-based mission. Vic was a super cool guy. That was my first time meeting him in person, and he was just as genuine and authentic in person as he is on his YouTube channel. And that food that he made at his house was absolutely incredible. So thanks again, man. I hope we could fish again in the near future. If you're not already subscribed, please go ahead and do so. There's going to be a lot more great videos like this one in the future. I thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.